Hello, y'all. Today is Wednesday, June 29th, 2022 at 7:57 a.m. Excuse me. No notification that I had to yawn until after I turned on the video. So I not long ago woke up. I think it was about 7:30 I woke up. And last night was another night that wow, this light is it's hurting my eyes. So it's right up on me. So well, I still feel like I need more sleep. It seems like I didn't get to another night where I didn't get to fall asleep until after 3 or 4 o'clock. It's like I've been twisting and turning all night and could not sleep. So this morning, I just woke up from a scary nightmare that these people try to covertly trick me into rejoining the fake IDMR cult. Excuse me. It's like they try to trick me into covertly trick me into rejoining the fake IDMR cult. And so and then towards the end of the dream, I rode on this bus, and then I had to get off the bus and take a super long, torturous walk on the way back to somewhere. I don't know where I was supposed to go and walk to. And I think I was living back with the fake foster mom at the time. But in a dream, I was considered actually homeless in a dream, but I was switching back and forth between living with the fake foster mom and a fake foster family and the Masonic smelly crab family. But I never lived with the crab family, and I wouldn't want to live with them anyway because they wouldn't want me to live with them. Even if I were to pay to stay there, I would have to, just like they would treat me no different from the other foster family members if I had to live with them, or any biological family members if I had to live with them. If I had to live with them, they would take my money, treat me with extra abuse, not allow me to eat, and then make up lies and say that I tore up their house or something, or that I stole something. So but after I told the truth and exposed everybody and nobody want to listen, I guess I'm not suitable to live with anybody, and neither do I want to live with anybody from the foster family, the biological family, or the Masonic smelly crab family, or any other fake IDMR cult members. I never stayed with any fake IDMR cult members either. But if I was still, and I have moments where I have been quote unquote, homeless, and still calling myself being a believer in the fake IDMR cult. I was younger and didn't know any better. And they damn sure didn't do a damn thing for me, except one time during Hurricane Katrina, and we were in Milwaukee, and Wyatt's girlfriend, who later became my twin sister's girlfriend, Toya, and First, Toya was my cousin Blake's girlfriend. It's like Toya ran through just about the entire family except me. And I'm glad she ran through just about the entire family. And then my nephew Raymond's one of his baby mamas, Robin, also pretty much ran through the whole entire family except me. Pretty much, almost, So, I don't play that dating or sleeping with somebody who had been with any of my family members. Like, but I'm not allowed to say anything. If people try to do weird stuff to me and stuff like that, I'm supposed to be forbidden to speak up. With any form of weirdness or abuse or anything. But I don't exactly remember what he did, but Ramona's boyfriend Elliot sexually assaulted me one time. But it'll be the biggest fuss in the doggone family. I don't remember what he did to me. And I think Ramona was right there, didn't care. I don't remember if he touched me on my ass or what the hell he did to me. I don't remember it. And I was probably severely sleep deprived that day. But I kind of don't remember what he did to me. But, I don't believe in, sharing the same sex partners with my doggone family members. So anyway, and it's just so much weirdness in the family that it's too embarrassing and shameful to even talk about. So this might have been in God's plan for me to just be separated from the doggone family and be the black sheep and the scapegoat of the family. And I could be wrong, but I thought my twin sister mentioned something about Elliot trying something weird on her too. But I'm not even sure, but I could be wrong. But but even family members, try to do weird stuff or try to touch you inappropriately, and then you better not dare speak up or say anything. Or they try to make you too frightened or too afraid. But then they act like they think that they're too good to be, they think they're better than you, but at the same time jealous of you and act like they think they're too good to be your family. And they walk all over and trample all over and just totally have zero disregard and all forms of disrespect towards you. Stuff like that. Like Ramona herself tried to touch me on my doggone leg, and it was the day after Blake's funeral. I think it was in 2015 she tried to touch me on my leg, I think. And it was the day after Blake's funeral. She made quite a few times she made sexually inappropriate comments towards me. That's my own doggone sister. You weird. So I'm glad to be away from all them, But as I said, they act like they think they're better. But I heard that narcissistic people they have zero regard for any respect or boundaries and think that they can just do whatever the hell they want. And they try to bully and frighten you against speaking out against, the abusive, violating, shameful things that they do. It's like the family, they have done, things that's too, like what the Bible says, ashamed to even speak of the things done in secret. It's too shameful. And other narcissistic abusers will falsely accuse me of allowing it to happen. When actually, if somebody does something strange to you and you've been abused before, it seems like you get scared, really scared, you know. And one time I had this video, and I was recording something and filming something at Ramona's house on my tablet. I don't remember what I was trying to film or talk about. And then she made sexual remarks and always, talking about my legs and stuff. Make me feel really cringy and uncomfortable. But I'm gonna say it again what Ramona did. She went to the I overheard, well, I think it was Wyatt that told me that when they went to make Belinda up for Belinda's funeral, that one of the first things Ramona wanted to do was lift up her dress and try to see if she had any panties on, and said that they try to say they didn't put any panties on Belinda. I'm like, why would you do something perverted to your sister that had recently died and her funeral's the next day? Why do you do something like that? And then the also infamous Ramona breaking her neck to run to strangers' funerals just to talk bad about how they looked in the casket and stuff. And she has dragged me to doggone strangers' funerals. People I didn't know. But then you want to say Arthur's not your daddy. But if you say that they're Arthur's family members, why trick and drag me to their funeral that I didn't want to go to? And then you did some shady, dirty stuff. Like, you took the doggone bus to the funeral. You dragged me to take the doggone bus with you to go to the funeral. And then with a deceitful looking smile on her face, she lied and with a deceitful looking smile on her face, she lied and said that because the man was confused and said, well, hey, you didn't even ride in this car, in the funeral cars. Excuse me, you didn't ride in a funeral limo on the way going to this man's funeral. But she, with a deceitful looking smile on her face, lied and said that she did go ride in the, and she, dragged me along with her. And it's like, damn, I don't know how much trouble she could have got me in. And so then, Ramona would do stuff like, Ramona would do stuff like, bully me out of money to go gamble at Harrah's Casino, which I'm wrongfully banned from. I wonder what she got to say about that, but she'll still find ways to bully me out of my money anyway. So, I'm sorry to be talking about this, but dog, this is freaking, me just talking about, more family trauma and abuse. And then it's like being seeded into my dreams and nightmares and stuff about certain events. Like, I kind of woke up mildly emotionally and mentally traumatized because they make you think the dreams and nightmares are so real. But I don't know if it's a spiritual thing or a witchcraft thing or synthetic telepathy or the dream manipulation that I heard that the dream manipulation is meant to traumatize you, to make you wake up feeling traumatized. So and I heard that my twin sister and the biological sister were treating Sean like that. That they took all of Sean's Social Security money for the month, took it all, and then left him to eat nothing. Or, restricting him from eating while they took all his money. And then try to call him greedy and try to lie and say, oh, Sean eats up all the doggone food, while y'all do him just like you do me, force him to take all those psychiatric medications that make you out of control hungry. So then y'all turn around and call us greedy. And they treat Sean like that too. But now, if Sean and Ramona get into an argument or a fight, she give him second chances. She try to copy off the biological aunt Yvonne when Yvonne picked the argument with me, and the only argument of our life, and then showed me the door. And then, like, Yvonne, she showed me the door, and then when I told Ramona about what Yvonne did to me, then Sean, I think me and Sean had got into an argument the next day. And I think that was the time, was it? Or was it no, that was that time when me and Sean got into a heated argument because we got into a heated argument and I was so frustrated that, you know, I lost my temper and I kicked him because I was mad because Ramona was defending and agreeing with him and trying to criminalize me. And so she copied off, wanted an excuse to copy off Yvonne with trying to make me to try to show me the door. So I haven't freaking contacted any one of them since. But they haven't even cared to contact me. You know, Yvonne especially. But there have been moments where Yvonne let Sean spend certain nights at her house. But I damn sure was never allowed to spend a night. And Yvonne tried to avoid compassion by trying to falsely lie and say that me and Sean like being home. She tried to falsely say that me and Sean are crazy and that we like to be homeless. That we like living like that. But she's selfish, evil, and stingy. And even if we offered to pay her, she still would not let us stay by her at all. And Yvonne is doggone stuck on Daryl's, her now deceased husband, Daryl's light-skinned side of the family. She'd rather worship them and give zero fucks about us because our skin color ain't light enough. But then again, I heard something about her own daughter, whore Rebecca, was supposed to end up homeless. And, you know, if Rebecca is our cousin, if she became homeless, she can stay by her mom to avoid it. Or she can stay by Ramona to avoid it. But, and when the biological mom, Frances, was alive, we wouldn't have been allowed to even stay by her in order to avoid being homeless. But if you become homeless, Ramona would do something like not allow you to stay by her. But when you have a roof over your head, Ramona would beg you to spend the night every night so much that you almost might as well say you freaking living with her and abandon your own home, then you find yourself living with her. And that she want to try to get you to spend the night every night. And it'll be like 11:30, 12 o'clock. And Ramona be like, wait a minute, why are you so quick to want to break out and run? Well, it's 11:30 and doggone getting late. And then her and my twin sister, years ago, that they do stuff like beg you to stay and beg you to keep their company, and then wait till after 11 o'clock or after midnight to pick an argument with you for an excuse to kick you out cold on the streets, where it's too late for the doggone buses to be running and everything. And where Ramona lived at in New Orleans is in the hood, in the 7th Ward. It is freaking dangerous, very dangerous. And then you would have to waste money to go get a doggone cab to take home. And then I would end up feeling all depressed, and I would end up feeling emotionally depressed, and you know, failing exams in school because of being angry and upset and feeling like any emotional and mental crisis because of the abuses that they've done to me. And Mark was no better with trying to take money from me just about every day in 2007. I already talked about a lot of stuff he did. And then try to I caught him in the act of him having HIV, him having AIDS, HIV positive, being HIV positive and having AIDS, and then trying to his gums would bleed easily, and I caught him in the act of using my toothbrush that I had already used. Like, I think one day he tried to use my toothbrush, and then the next day he tried to use my razor, and then he was snooping through my computer in front of my face, or making like as if I owe him to use. And I was like, why you always want to use my computer to go? You got your own computer. Just like he had his own car and demanded to use my doggone car when I had it. And try to be slick with trying to make himself payee over my Social Security checks. It's like none of the doggone family can be trusted. But they always treat me like they can't trust me, but they do wicked, dirty stuff towards me. You know? Or they try to find slick, covert ways to try to get doggone money out of me. And I remember a few years ago, I was homeless on the streets. And Ramona was trying to hound me down for some doggone money. And I don't ask my family for nothing at all. I don't even ask family members to come stay by them. Or even friends of the family, because they're all of their minds have been tainted about me. And they don't even care to get to know the real Candy Grandpre. So, and now people make it like as if, oh, you're wrong for telling all your family business. Or you're wrong for throwing your family under the bus. If you're participating in gang stalking, then I'm going to tell all your business that you did dirty to me. And I'm going to throw your doggone retarded ass under the bus. And it's strange how when if I talk about somebody, I got the last bit of nerve on this earth to call anyone ugly or call anyone retarded, fat, or whatever other names. But they've had people fatter than me call me fat and retarded and ugly. And no one says that they have nerve. Everybody defend and agree with them. Just like my own twin sister trying to mock and laugh at and make fun of me, talking about, she did a fake follow-up video talking about justice for Candy Grandpre, not enough macaroni in her bowl. But then I'm not going to forget that time. It was a week before our birthday. And she went to Taco Bell. And she said she hurried up and ate the taco or burrito or something she had. And she said that she told them not to put sour cream on it because she was lactose intolerant or something. And she said that she ate all of it or almost all of it. I think she said she ate the whole thing and then didn't realize till after, and then told the people about it. And they mocked and laughed at and refused to give her a refund or something like that. And then this was back in August 2019, a week before our birthday, which was a week before we got into that big heavy argument. And so then her lesbian lover China she said China had defended and agreed with the Taco Bell worker, and that they got into an all-out fist fight, and that China beat her up, and then a couple of hours later, China was back riding in the car with her, and they quickly forgave each other. And she said that, yeah, she said China defended and agreed with those people. But I'm like, well, that sounded like a perp thing that Mexican lady did to her at Taco Bell, if she's telling the truth, because my twist is to be lying about she lies about so many doggone things. But she, and then she tried to talk about she had to eat the burrito or whatever because her blood sugar was low. That she had to hurry up and eat it real fast. But here she's mocking. I mean, like I'm pretty sure she had something to do with the video of me being cheated out my food the other day, for me to get like at least about 18, 19, 20 thumbs down. And mock and laugh at it. And my twin sister sit there and let strangers call me fat and greedy, while my twin sister's bigger than me and on medications with far more health problems than I do. So, like she got life-threatening health problems and has been ever since far back as 2013 or probably sooner than that, because she supposedly almost died in 2013 from what she told me. Around the time the biological mom, Frances, passed away. But that's what she told me. But as I said, she lies about every doggone thing, or she lies about so much. So she could have been lying about that, and then try to say that she died 3 times. And I'm like, no, the Bible says you only die once. So she had a new age near-death experience more than once, seemed like. And then she tried to say that the biological mom, Frances, and the biological dad, Arthur, and the biological sister, Belinda, tried to get her to come over to the other side. And she said that she went over to the other side and didn't want to come back to this earth or something weird. So they reversed it on me and lied and said that I practice witchcraft and that I'm the one who's playing with the occult, when it's actually them. And I'm like, damn well, I don't know about Belinda, but damn well that Belinda and Arthur did not accept us when they were on this earth. So what makes you think they're going to accept you while they're dead? Because I heard that that's demons masquerading as dead family members coming to you. So, and then my twin sister said that she mentioned something about being in darkness and ethereal peace and did not want to come back, or something like that. She said she died and crossed over to the other side. And so, she said she died 3 times. And then there was another time she tried to say that she died and that she met, I'm going to call him fraudster Kenley, fraudster Henry Clifford Kenley, fraudster Queenly. She claimed that she died and saw all white light and then saw him and didn't want to come back. And that man seemed like he was selfish, even though he died before we were born. But I could tell he was all forms of narcissistic. That fake IDMR cult leader. But if I would have been, here's what happened. The biological brother Wyatt, when we were in Milwaukee and it was after Hurricane Katrina, and one lady asked me for what it was that I needed help with. And at first I was like, oh no, thanks, I'll be fine. But she insisted on wanting to help. And so I said, well, I need help with $100 for like the you know how when what's it called when you go apply for a new apartment, and if you go apply for a new apartment, and then is it like the application fee and the background check and all that? I think I had needed $100 to pay for all that. So she gave me $100 for that, and that was during Hurricane Katrina. And all the money that Wyatt bullied me out of, and had John and Riri and Dee Dee and all them bullying me out of the Hurricane Katrina, the FEMA money and stuff. He tried. I mean, they bullied me out of hundreds of dollars out of the Red Cross and FEMA money, and left me with almost nothing. Now, if they wouldn't have took my money, then I wouldn't have had to ask that lady for no $100, or tell that lady I needed $100. And then Wyatt waited till after the lady was gone to try to bully, harass, and lecture me, telling me, oh, that was inappropriate for you telling that lady you needed $100. Well, motherfucker, you sit there and try to say that you wanted to you wanted to take my FEMA money so you can buy a Nintendo Wii. And then he tried to tell me that when I was a prepper and didn't even realize it, and prepping was stuff to buy, you know, with food, water, and everything else. And then Wyatt tried to, it was like right after the storm happened, but before we evacuated, he tried to say, oh, there should have been something more responsible with your money. I said, like what? And then there was another time he tried to say, well, next time you get some more money, then you better go buy a Nintendo Revolution. That was before they decided to change it to Nintendo Wii. So I didn't realize that I was a prepper, even though using some private loan money and some student loan money, trying to being a prepper, and I didn't even know I was being a prepper at stocking up on food, water, paper towels, everything. And I had just bought some new furniture. I took out a private loan and stuff like that, but then the family was leeching off of me and taking advantage of me, and they treated me like as if these were riches that I earned, and just leeching and taking advantage, taking advantage of my student loan money. And I had difficulty with assertiveness and saying no, and they would get mad and cut off all contact with me, or cut off, or change their number if I didn't have money to give them. And they used to, not all family members, but a lot of them used to bully me out of my money. And I used to have difficulty, and I still do sometimes, with narcissistic abusers. Didn't know they were narcissistic back then. Like that lady from this past Thursday, I didn't even know her, and she didn't know me, and because she has doctor behind her title, she thinks she's all authority. But I had difficulty, with being assertive with her, or standing up to her. So but I'm better at, not 100%, but sometimes I can be crippled and paralyzed by fear. But other times, and people being slick and covert with trying to get over on me, take advantage. But I've become better at standing up to people now. I guess that's what I came out of my shell, and me dealing with this gang stalking, and it made me stronger enough to fight back harder and being less scared, But people still be trying to say, oh, Candy, you all scared. You act like you all scared. or whatever, But then I'm wrong and crazy and deserve to get killed if I put the camera in a perp's face. But I'm fighting back with all my might, and y'all still call me scary. So, yeah, I mean, I feel embarrassed and ashamed that the stuff I even talked about in this video, I haven't contacted Ramona and all them in almost 4 years. And Wyatt was the last family member I recently talked to, and I already told y'all about that weirdness. Um, so that, yeah, the incident with my twin sister and the Taco Bell thing, that was in August 2019, a week before we got into our argument the day before our birthday. And I was actually broke down, emotionally crying in tears at work when I was working at the fake dirty YMCA downtown. And, I had an emotional breakdown and cried at work. Because my twin sister would do that every freaking year. I didn't realize it was part of her perping me that she would just up and randomly ignore me the whole summer or not speak to me from starting from June all the way through after our birthday or like way October or something. And I'm wondering, what did I do? Why is she ignoring me for no reason? And then when confronted about it, she'll make up a bogus random lie for an excuse to justify not talking to me. Or if we are talking in the month of August, then she would pick an argument with me for an excuse to not speak to me for our birthday and wanted me to have emotional meltdowns every doggone year. So even in 2020, Star Bricker went and must have showed my twin sister my videos of me talking about having to celebrate alone. I mean, nobody would have applauded me if my twin sister would have been like, yeah, it's okay for you to come by me in China and we, spend our birthday together and have a good time. All that is tainted due to the gangs, me exposing her being a perp and everything. But everybody wants to believe that I'm the perp and she's the target. It's the other way around, and y'all are blind, and I'm trying to wake y'all up, and y'all don't see me laughing and mocking and making fun like y'all see her do to me. So but if I go up to visit my twin sister and she treat me mean and with abuse and like I'm not allowed to be there, and then lie and say that, oh, Candy came up there just to start trouble. Why the hell would I travel miles away just to come start trouble with you? Or she would try to make it like as if I had an agenda just to start trouble. But then she's still bitter towards me from her own lies that she made about me based on the past. So, I did a blog post talking about the set of twins who was on the Vivica Fox show. I don't even watch that and didn't even know she had a show. But those set of twins, but they were fraternal. I really think that they were identical. But if they were both the same size, then they would look more alike. But I guess them being different sizes is probably what make them look fraternal. But they look like, I think they were a biracial set of twins and who couldn't get along. And they had bitterness from their past. And I was shocked because I thought me and my own twin sister were the only set of twins going through this. But I don't even know if or how we can talk things out and try to mend our relationship. But I don't know if she would stop perping for the doggone money and for the cult worship. If she put that before her twin sister. And stop with the random lies to make up on me. Some of them turn from petty to drastic. Like, before she lied on me and said I tried to kill Raven, she was still pregnant with Raven, and she lied on me and said that I stole a box of cereal or something. I'm like, that's crazy, because I just got my own food stamps and bought my own doggone cereal and had no need or desire or want to have any of your cereal at all. A doggone box of cereal you lied on me about. And then later on, she admitted that Dwayne had ate the cereal and then blamed it on me. So even when it was 2010, when I went to visit my twin sister, she was aggressively trying to hound me down for some of my student loan money. You know, when you get student loan back pay money. And then if I say, well, I'll go to the financial aid office and be like, well, the loan money was used on the books and this, that, whatever. What do I do with the rest of the money? And the people at the financial aid office tell me to keep the money until it's time to pay it back, or they tell me keep it and use it for whatever you want. You know, so I use it on basic living and stuff. And I wish I would have known that it would have been that all I had to do was have a card. But what if, I mean, I could have had a car and applied to be a Domino's delivery driver or a Pizza Hut or something, and they probably still wouldn't have hired me because of me being blacklisted. It's like basically I went to college and wasted all that doggone money for nothing. So all that money wasted for nothing. Because I thought I was going to get into a successful career and get to pay all that loan money back. And because see, after 2004, they kept raising the tuition where I had was cornered. I mean, I don't even know, what if I would have just dropped out of college then? But then I would have been called a loser, you know, or a quitter or something. If people push me to continue and finish college, but then turn around and tell me don't try to hurry up and get into the workforce, and that I better stay in college as long as I could. Well, I mean, they weren't raising the Pell Grant funding, but they were raising the tuition and lowering the Pell Grant funding, where I was cornered to have no choice but to take out student loans. And I wish I would have known these agendas back then. I would have never gone to college at all. And wasted my time, energy. I mean, I wish I would have never even gone to college if I would have known my life was going to turn out like this. I wanted to be that successful OBGYN. My original plan, I wanted to be an OBGYN in the Air Force. But now I'm glad I never was. But I hate that I went to college all these years, busted my ass, and still struggled despite being disabled and being persecuted and gang stalked, even at Nicholls State University, at University of New Orleans, at University of Wisconsin at Milwaukee, at University of North Texas, even in Costa Rica. So all that college life for nothing, just to end up like this. And people think that I got some explaining to do, wondering, well, how you got a college degree and you're homeless and can't get a job nowhere? Because this freaking gang stalking, that's why. Or they make like something don't add up, or something is fishy, or you burned your bridges. They just assume. I mean, the fact that you have family members who dog you out and been abusive and stuff, people ain't gonna tell Sean, oh, you burned your bridges from the rest of your family. But They telling me that. As I said, I'm the doggone female, and Sean is a male, but Sean is considered disabled enough that people will feel sorry for him. But I'm considered disabled too, but people feel like I got some half normalcy, half disability, that people feel like because they got this thing what they call invisible disability. And I have multiple invisible disabilities. I'm a 2-time stroke survivor. So, so, and then narcissistic abusers, they falsely say that, oh, you use your strokes as an excuse to get people to feel sorry for you. No, I don't. Those are facts that would truly happen to me. But I had already had some medical issues before the strokes. And the foster mom herself was negligent and wasn't really watching us like that, but had everybody else stalking and spying on us, and then report everything back to her. Like she had the Kraft family and the fake IDMR cult members and her family members stalk and spy on our every move and then report everything back. But then I had moments of being 7 years old and probably suspended from school, and be 7 years old in the house all by myself all day. And I don't even remember how I survived those days of being 7 years old by myself at the house, at the foster mom's house, and nobody's there but me. I do remember being left alone, home alone by myself some days. And some people say that was MK Ultra. Part of the, to leave a child at home alone. And I don't even remember how I doggone survived. I don't remember feeling hungry or, I just remember being at the house by myself numerous times. The foster dad, Al, was still alive. So, if everybody had to go to work, they didn't have, there was a point in time they did have me at Mickey's house. And I was 7 years old. I didn't realize Mildred, the foster aunt Mickey's daughter Mildred, was like a teenager herself. And one time we were still little kids, but Sean could have been 13 and I was 7 or 8, or he probably could have been 14. I think I was 7. And Sean beat me up real bad when we were little kids, and I don't remember why he beat me up or what the fight was. But of course, I was 7 and he was about 13, so I don't even remember putting my hands on him or hitting him. But we were young, we were still kids. And then Mildred was a child herself and said that I got what I deserved. But Mildred was a narcissistic abuser who was highly narcissistic, and people would call her sedity, bougie, preppy, or stuck up. Just so high on herself to the point it's doggone ridiculous. And there's nobody they sit there and let her be entitled and successful. Nobody's gonna throw in her face how she want everybody to cater to her, and she get what she want. And the same thing with the fake foster mom. They get what they doggone want. And I wish I could have told the foster mom, you want everybody to cater to you. But no, she projected that onto me. She got people to cater to her. Cater to her aggressive demands. Her aggressive narcissistic demands. So, but I wanted to say with the fake IDMR cult, I wanted to say that, with that fake cult, I don't think anybody would have helped me being homeless. Just like that fake Jehovah's Witness perp Mary, who beat me up almost 2 years ago. She beat me up. And she's part of the fake Jehovah's Witness cult, but ain't nobody trying to help her out her homeless situation. Ain't nobody trying to help her. Because if she weren't on the streets, that would be no her to beat me up. But they got her perping and still homeless on the streets. For what? What you sold your soul for? So I felt like, what's the point of being in the part of a cult where nobody want to help you or nobody like you, and everybody's minds is tainted with the foster mom. And last I went to the fake IDMR cult thing in 2011, and they seemed more like a prison where you couldn't freely leave whenever you wanted. And I did a short story based on, I forgot what the title was, but I recently did a short story based on that. So, well, yeah, I mean, nobody from the cult would allow me to come stay with them. Even if I would have paid them rent money every month, pay them like a monthly rent of $700, or we wouldn't get along, and I would end up getting kicked out and back to square one and back on the streets. I told y'all I can't live with no doggone body. And it's not me being a doggone problem. I'm doggone targeted and disabled. You know, so, well, I checked this morning. It's supposed to be raining off and on all day, raining in the middle of the night, raining every single day, at least for the next 10 days. And all I have is 76 cents in the bank right now. And the $2 I have to use it towards bus fare. And I don't get paid until the day after tomorrow, and I'm gonna have to be out there in that rain unless anyone would have helped me out. And I don't even know what's going on with that other $50 deposit that I was supposed to get back. It's not showing on my bank. It's not showing pending, or it's not showing on my bank at all, and it's been almost a week. So I'm hoping to. It's like I almost was wanting to say that the hotel manager, did he lie to me, or is he telling the truth? And maybe it's on my. I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt, and with the bank, I mean, there's nothing showing pending or nothing for this third $50 deposit, because I very much could use that. But then this fourth deposit, once I check out today, if I get that deposit back, then that could possibly another $100 I could have. But the manager swears up and down that I got all 3 deposits back, but I only got 2 back. And then the third one is not even showing that it's pending. But then I'm supposed to get the Social Security check on Friday, and possibly the other little bit of work money from that previous job. And as I said, I'm not going to try to be employed anymore unless it's work at home or work from home or something by myself. I'll do employment again, but just don't want coworkers. Something where I can be completely by myself. I need something. Or something, or a side hustle or something. But so something else I wanted to say, but I forgot. But so I'm gonna be penniless and broke and out in the doggone rain for the next couple of days, and then it's supposed to rain every day. And you know, maybe the manager might be telling the truth, and maybe it's up to the bank. I gotta call the bank and see what's going on. And so oh yeah, what I wanted to say was this fourth deposit. Once I check out of here today, Then probably later on this week or early next week, I might get that deposit, $50 deposit back. And then after I check out of here, it's gonna be like a day or two, and then I can be eligible for that free hotel night. The free hotel night, but I can't do it tonight because I have to wait a day or so for the to be credited or something like that for the free night. And then I got 3 extra stamps because they doubled the points. They doubled the points, you know. So yeah, it's kind of scary trying to survive. And as I said, I've been doing journaling and writing and short stories, blogging and all that, you know. And I got multiple things going on in my life. That's why I don't have a specific niche or whatever. And I suck at photography, and I have this cheap phone, so that's why my photos don't come out that great. But you know, I like photography as well. Um, I wish I could be like a travel and food blogger and photographer, and be doing like hotel food reviews. I mean, hotel reviews and food reviews, or country review certain cities and countries and stuff like that, or review certain retail or whatever, or and continue with my short stories because I love to do the short stories as well. So I thought about, for fun, do like I did last year and write a short story based on hurricane names, hurricanes of this year. So that might be the next short story to write, about characters using hurricane names. So anything y'all can spare or help me out with, you know, will be appreciated. And it's a struggle day to day, and so now I can celebrate my victory of the milestone of 500 subscribers, because now I have, last I checked this morning, I had 510. So thank you to subscribers and haters, supporters and haters. So whenever, you know, in the next few days, or probably even today, who knows, I can start to finally doing community posts. And then when I do the community posts, I can put my short stories on there too, you know. And if you like them, you know, you can comment or whatever. But on my the main targeted by the Psych World channel, they've been shadow banning my community posts. So I'm gonna go for now, because I definitely gotta take a shower in the dark in this room. I gotta take a shower and clean up. Well, I don't have to clean up, but I prefer to. I don't like to leave the hotel room very messy and dirty. Try to put less of a strain on the housekeepers, even though not here, but certain other hotels I've been at, I'd had to deal with abusive, ghetto, rude housekeepers and stuff. So, you know, I'm gonna clean out take my trash out the fridge and take the trash out, and you know, stuff like that, and leave less of a mess for the housekeepers and stuff. So I'm gonna go, and y'all gonna, since I gotta be back on the streets, y'all gonna see more recording and filming. But you know, I wish I could have any help with another hotel room for tonight and Thursday night, and then Friday I should be on my own for a little bit. So thanks for listening to me, and I'll see y'all later.